Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. First time I've done a comparison video in a while, so I'm really stoked for this. So, basically, I actually took a comment suggestion, which I am really thankful for. Nothing helps me out with these videos more than you guys commenting and asking questions, and if I see a comment that I like, and I'm like kind of thinking about it myself every now and then, I'll go ahead and make a video out of it. So, today, basically, we are going to go ahead and go over this comment on the screen now. So, Veggie Dishwasher asks, video suggestion, a lot of people would like to know what the best way to do Nightmare Zone money-wise is. Is it overloads plus prayer pots or overloads plus absorptions? Now, that is the main premise of the question, and if you guys don't know why this is a question, it's basically because prayer potions obviously cost a little bit of money. They cost 11k for a full prayer pot, and absorptions are bought through Nightmare Zone, which you can buy with points. However, if you buy these with points, you won't be able to go ahead and buy herb boxes. So, are you really gaining money by using absorptions, or are you losing? So that is what we're going to go over in this video, so hopefully you guys enjoy. So did a little bit of testing, and with that said, let's go ahead and get on into the stats that I was able to gather. And here we are. So I have a little bit of just an overview as far as to what these two potions are, why you'd use them, and their overall cost. So to begin, we have the requirements. So basically for the prayer potion, there obviously is no requirement to actually drink it. However, in Nightmare Zone, you're going to be praying melee, so there is technically, while there is not any requirements, 43 prayers what you're going to need for this method. As far as absorption potions go, you're going to need 1,000 Nightmare Zone points per dose, which comes out to a total of 4k per 4 doses, and with prayer potions you have a total cost of 10 to 11k per 4 doses. The reason I say 10 to 11 is because they spiked a lot recently, and I don't know how long they'll stay at 11k, so for the future of this video, we have that. Now, as far as to why someone would use either one of these, basically, prayer potions are pretty viable in the fact that you don't have to constantly be, like, eating down with a rock cake. With absorption potions, you're going to end up, like, just shredding through more if you end up just being at 2 to 3 HP every now and then, while with prayer potions, you have a little bit more, you can be a little bit more laxed. If you're training this with, like, bandos and stuff like that, prayer potions are definitely a lot better, because then you actually don't have to worry about anything for 3 to 7 minutes, depending on your prayer level, while with absorptions you will constantly be having to go down to 1 health. So that is what we have there. Let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so before we begin, basically for this next slide, I want to go ahead and show you guys that this is the armor that I was using in game. I was testing it with Darox, Amulet of Fury, Berserk Ring Eye, D-Boots, Barrow's Gloves, Fire Cape, and a Ward Blessing. So this is what it comes out to overall, plus 8 prayer, and obviously the usual stats. So just take that into account going forward. And so here we are. The only thing really that's changed thus far is that I want to go ahead and tell you guys that with the armor that I showed you previously, and 70 prayer, which I have on my account, I used a 4-dose prayer potion every 6 minutes. Now, with that same setup, and obviously same stats and everything, with absorption potions, I was able to go ahead and use 2.3 doses per 6 minutes. Now, take into account, this is being pretty efficient with it. Basically, the way that I would go about doing it is I would obviously tick down with my rock cake every time I went up a health, like really quickly. And whenever I hit a time where I would need to overload, I would go ahead and pray melee, so then I wouldn't actually be attacked and lose the absorption potions during that time. So those are two things that I do that you may not do that may change the stats a little bit, but for the most part, this holds true for everything. Now on to a little bit of calculations as far as the prayer potion versus absorption potion goes, and basically what we have here is every 6 minutes, as I said before, I use a prayer potion with 4 doses, which comes out to 11k, which means in a total of an hour, I would be spending 111k per hour to go ahead and use prayer potions. Now compare that to the absorption potions. Basically every 6 minutes, as I said before, I was using 2.3 doses. 2.3k points are used in that 6 minutes, so in the total of an hour I am spending 23,000 points, which isn't too bad at all. So with that said, let's go ahead and compare the overall cost efficiency of them. So now we have the overall comparison, and in 1 hour you have pretty much 2 options. Your options are to use 10 prayer potions of 111k or 23 doses of absorption for 23k prayer points. And currently the exchange rate of points to coins, and I will go ahead and remind you guys, herb boxes you cannot buy all at once. They have to be spread out over days time, which even heightens the fact that absorptions are better, and the fact that the current exchange rate of herb boxes to coins is pretty much 1.28 coins per point, which means if instead of using the 23k points that we went ahead and got, we would be able to go ahead and transfer that over to 30k GP, which realistically 30k compared to 110k is going to lead you to an 80k loss per hour if you go ahead and use prayer potions rather than absorptions. Now, some people are forced to go ahead and use prayer potions because of circumstance, based on account builds and whatnot. Perfectly fine, but for the average player, someone that has access to both 43 prayer and a decent amount of Nightmare Zone points, I would go ahead and recommend that you obviously use Absorption Potions. So that is basically the overall comparison. There's really no reason to ever use Prayer Potions other than circumstance. There's no real cost comparison here. But to go ahead and show you guys a couple more things, I'm going to go ahead and hop over in game just to clarify a couple things. Basically, at first, I thought maybe there would be a difference in like actual EXP rates per hour based on you drinking absorptions compared to drinking prayer potions, but realistically, you can hide your drink animation and realistically save game ticks whenever you drink either one of these, so there's not going to be really any difference there. On top of that, if you guys want to go ahead and know what monsters I was killing, I'll go ahead and show you guys what I was doing with the Darok setup. It's not going to change based on, you know, what you're using, prayer potions or absorptions, obviously. It could change in the fact that you could add, I think there's a couple monsters that you can add that have magic attack based, and you can add those with absorptions, which is another little notch on the tally board, which is another little tally in favor of absorptions. But here is the setup that I was using: Count Draenor, Skeletal Hellhound, Tree Spirit, Khazard Warlord, Black Titan, or Black Knight Titan, and Black Demon. Now, I probably butchered that name. You guys probably already in a comment about it, but that's okay. So that is basically it for this video. It's pretty apparent to the average player that absorptions were better, but I'd always question to myself, actually, how much better are they? Because, I mean, if they are like another 30 to 40k like GP an hour, I mean, I could toss that away just to AFK a little bit more, but obviously there's a pretty significant difference, and I greatly appreciate the person that went ahead and suggested this video. So if you guys have any suggestions of your own, go ahead and leave them down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If there's anything you guys want to go ahead and tell me about, feel free to comment about it down below. If you guys really enjoy the content, though, make sure to hit that sub button. It shows a lot of support. Check out the Twitter in the description. Join the clan chat, the whole lot. Large EXP lamp, 2 E's. But with that said,